Good afternoon, everybody, because it is afternoon by a few minutes. I was all set to go to start this at noon, but then it was just like a little bunch of different things here and there. One of them being I did not have my microphone plugged in, which is an important aspect in this line of work. So, welcome. It is Monday, November 14th. All the way, already halfway through November and almost halfway through the 2022 Marble League. I always say that there's a lot of time left, but now we are getting into some crunch time, some nitty gritty for a lot of these teams, and we have plenty to debrief with the funnels. A mainstay of the Marble League. I do believe it has existed in some iteration for all of these tournaments, and it has a new layout. It has usually been small funnels, or it's been small to big in the last couple years. Now it's just alternating between small funnels and big funnels, which was a very peculiar layout. I definitely saw that sort of mix up coming in the alternating orange funnel, green funnel, orange funnel, green funnel. It's just cut to a scene where there's nothing. Yeah, there's a good. This was a good angle.
Intensity.
This is a good angle to introduce everything. This was an awful angle to film marbles from. As you can tell, I do not have my webcam on because I am not in a maid dress, and I am not in a maid dress because Mary from Team Primary did what we all expected and completely failed this event. They have won this back in 2017, but they have been rather garboni in their attempts after that. 2020 qualifiers comes to mind. They took 16th in that. They took 15th, I do believe, in this year's funnels. And lot of people already on it. Greg did say penultimate, although I did not hear him say it, but we will go through this event and we'll probably hear him say penultimate. He also mentioned the duck. Very important. He is 4 for 6 for the duck. Starting out the season 3 straight. Then it goes to an outside event. He doesn't mention the duck. Goes back inside. Still doesn't mention the duck. And then almost a passing comment. Called the duck handsome twice. Not once. Twice. And apparently has been testing out duck jokes on the duck statue to no reaction. I hope we get to hear those jokes. Let's see if the duck has good taste, or maybe Greg Woods is just not the comedian. But I'm interested to hear what the jokes actually were that Greg Woods did tell the duck statue, just to see if we just to judge him. I judge marbles, might as well judge the marble commentators, see how good the jokes are. Watch it be like the best jokes you've ever heard. All right, we're getting into duck shit, so let's just back this up from the beginning, shall we?
We move from the rapidity of the relay to the endurance of the funnels as we enter Event 6 here in the 2022 Marble.
It says Roldo's at a medium. That might as well be impossible. As soon as any sort of red is in that, I'm never finding Roldo. Did anyone find Roldo from last event? Because that was maximum difficulty. That is not medium. All right, if this was a spice counter at a curry shop, I'm not touching that. That is not medium.
League. Hey everybody.
Yes, the wolf pack is in the chat, unfortunately. We do get to see part 1 of the showdown, I do believe, soon. It wasn't on the header or the banner for the channel, but we'll check that after this.
I'm Greg Woods. Well, we're a few events in, and just looking at the stadium and the grounds and the village, it all seems that everybody is settling in pretty nicely. The newness of this Marble League has worn away in favor of the intensity of competition.
That has gone into this year. Oh, there's the hashtag found Raldo, just mocking us right now. I can't find Raldo. Where is he?
On to the lead, 67 to 63 over the fairly consistent crazy cat's eyes. Knotted back there at 60 were the O'Rangers and the Bumblebees. Now the question is, who will be able to make it down these funnels?
I can't with that voiceover at the same time. The one thing that everyone noticed was the overlapping chants, that all these fans in the stands were going insane, because this is the funnels. It is just an insane event. One moment you have the lead, one moment you're already out the funnels.
And we are off.
Round,
so
round,
keep your eye
they go.
on all of those
Where do they
who
stop?
are up
Nobody
above.
knows except for all of us, because this event did come out yesterday.
To that first green funnel you see. But there are several ways to
but
get around this
I
course.
woke up very early to watch the Seahawks play in Germany. So I was watching that, watching this, and then just going to sleep like immediately.
For the Raspberry Racers and taking.
So Resi didn't need to flex at all, especially for how they did in the final run. They did so well, but there is such thing as too well, because when you can't back up this sort of performance when it really matters, then why even go this hard? If you're going to,
in fact, have lost a couple of spots. They were not the last
smack
prior to
the competition
to go through
out the water,
number 2.
then why not do it when there's a medal on the line instead of just some bragging rights getting out of your heat? Mary is still a cube. I had a bet on the line, and literally
are several ways to get around this course. It's not just green funnels. No, you have little chutes and then the orange catch funnels that drop you into
this
the main
part.
ones. Look at this.
I was sitting pretty. I knew that Mary was going nowhere near a top 4, let alone a gold medal finish.
They were not the last marble.
Mary
to the Raspberry Racers to go through into
Mary
orange
is
number 2.
a lead cube,
Down
always
below, on the other hand,
has
things are
been.
not going well. That's
Ever
Mary for Team
since
Primary that has
the
just
days of
fallen through
Marbula 1,
into the penultimate orange funnel. And look at
just
this three
not
marble
having
battle up
great
top. No, it has
showings.
gone right
She
down to one.
lost
That is a nice
the captain
wide
role
angle and good momentum
for
that is
a
being
reason.
kept up by the
Although if
Raspberry Racers.
I
That's a team that
were
sits in 15th
Team
in the
Primary, which
standings
I'm not,
with just 24
thank
points.
God.
Dead last
But if I
is at
were their
23.
coach,
That's the shining swarm, although they wouldn't
really,
like me to say that.
there's no one else I would rather have run
nearly a
funnels
whole
than
funnel
Mary.
lead.
It is
It
really
is for the
her
Raspberry Racers.
domain,
Down
although
below,
she has
who
not
is
been
struggling
great
the most?
at it.
That looks like, is that crazy cat size down there? I think it is. They might be the first to drop through. Oh my, that would not be a strong start.
So you have Bumblebee's cat size Team Primary, and then you have Razzie's
For
who
Yellow
just
Eye.
dropped through.
But got a bump and headed out a little wider there.
And I was
And it looks
screaming
like
at this
Crazy Cat
point
Size will
because
avoid dead last.
the O Rangers
for the
don't
spot
have
goes to the
the
Bumblebee.
best history with funnels. Throwback to 2019 when Clementon got stuck at the opening gate. Don't even know how that happens. I'm glad
As Mary comes through
that
next.
the O
Raspberry
Rangers
Racers
this
still
time
taking that
around
wide line
can
in the lead
actually
up top.
go through the funnels properly.
Everything down below. Westby looks to be circling the event horizon now. Down they go. We're now up above 2 minutes.
So right here is like ballin'. All you need to worry about in the heat, top 4. Mary, bottom 4. Who could have seen this coming? Apparently the same person who did not see the Savage Speeders winning a speed event, because that person is me. And we'll also talk about the Savage Speeders at their heat.
Racers just need to hold on. Every marble that clears out of that final
But
funnel
at
gives them
this
a
moment,
quicker spot.
Rezi,
toward
just
advancement.
go on through. You don't need to
A quick
flex
twofer
anymore.
there for the Green Ducks.
You don't
Captain
need
Mallard, and then the Mitty Maniacs, the O-Rangers come
a
on through with Canoan,
two-funnel
and now
lead
it's just about
above
showboating,
everyone.
perhaps trying to save some
If this
energy.
were the
No use
final,
just spinning around like
I would have
crazy
been
here.
fine
They
with
might as well
that.
drop on through
This
because
was
we have
almost
claimed top
the
spot,
final.
and most likely the top 4 are going to be moving on. So
Um,
now we wait.
Although the
Mild annoyance.
O
In fact,
Rangers
look, the O-Rangers
with
and the
Canoan,
Mitty
the
Maniacs fans,
captain,
but this is a
did not
masterclass
get
for
a medal
how
out
to
of this
do a
event.
funnel.
I
214
wish.
was second place. This is going to be almost 32 seconds
Yeah.
longer in
While I
that
love the
funnel.
showboating, I
Unbelievable.
feel like it would have
Resi for the Raspberry
been better
Racers.
to save
That
energy
was
for
in
the
heat
final run.
number 1. Yes,
I
that's just a
agree.
heat.
And for that, I
So
don't
hopefully
like the showboating.
They have a little
You
bit more
showboat
left in the tank as they
after
move on.
you get the medal, because you're just
Seeing the
wasting
dramatic
energy
slow-mos
with
of that
this.
battle for those
There's
top
a
few
time and
positions.
place for
First was
everything.
seemingly never in
That
doubt
was
once you
never
got
the time
about 2 or 3 funnels
to
in.
showboat.
And,
Flashbacks
before
to
second heat
Leon
starts. Race
Lett.
Control, by the way, said that the final result of
Because I am a nerd for the NFL. Leon Lett was a member of the Dallas Cowboys, and in the Super Bowl against the Buffalo Bills, he picked up a fumble and ran it back 60 yards. But instead of crossing the goal line, he stretched out his arm and started slowing down while a member of the Buffalo Bills streaked down to knock the ball out of his hands. It went into the end zone and then out of the end zone. So instead of it being a touchdown, it is a touchback. So the Buffalo Bills got the ball at the 20. And the Cowboys would end up winning that game, and they had like a 30-point lead. But it's just the ultimate gaffe. You don't showboat. You don't give up on the play until it's all said and done. Rezi was
from the last funnel.
showboating when it did not
for whatever
matter,
reason.
truly.
As we get ready here for the drop, and
Yeah,
we're off.
Razzies did the same
heat
thing
number
in
2.
2021. They definitely did. I don't think they got a
orange
medal
funnel
that
is
year either.
Sometimes sorting these marbles out before they even drop into the first.
So they're called the speeders for a reason. They're speedy. You start this heat, you see this lineup, and honestly, I don't really want any of these teams being in the top 4, being in contention for a medal, because you have Team Galactic and the Pinkies, who have been leading for the majority of the year. You have the Speeders, who I don't like. You have the Chocolatiers and Shining Swarm, who are doo-doo going into this event. You have Mellow Yellow, who's doo-doo behind this event. And you have the Glaciers, who's really hit or miss.
And we're off in heat number 2. First orange funnel is sometimes sorting these marbles out.
This has been a point of
first large green one.
Animosity, rather, throwing out a big
dangerous
word
position
there.
there, ready to drop
This has been a very
shoulder-decided
debated upon
they will.
issue,
In fact, they're not even
and that is with the
second or third
starting
marble to drop
gate.
through. There go the Savage Speeders.
It happened
in a
in
great spot prior to this. Now we've got
the
Team
water race
Galactic.
happened in this one.
Circling
People
their way
think
through and
that
finally
the
drop
starting
on in.
gate
Got a couple of
affects
silver
the
marbles, other one
results of the
sterling
finish.
from the
So I'll
Shining
ask
Swarm.
that. Does
And now we've got
the
a change of
starting
fortune. It
gate
appears that Mellow Yellow is in that top
affect
spot, although they didn't take a great
the
line down
placement
into that second green
of the
funnel. Look at
marbles?
how quickly they are
Because
advancing toward the center.
from what I see,
And they keep that momentum up. They
definitely
might need a
doesn't.
shove out of the way. Some contact. Oh, and they get it. They get it twice. Oh, my goodness. Wonderful strategy from the reserve of Mellow Yellow.
so I actually did want the Gliding Glaciers to do better. All things considered, but the way that Alpine was dropping
As
through,
way
it
down
was
below,
pain.
things are not going well. Is that the Gliding Glaciers all the way down there? Well, they
Cough,
might be a
cough,
little bit
third
higher
place curse, maybe?
No, it is Gliding Glaciers. They're in a dangerous position. Meanwhile, it's a 3-marble battle. The Pinkies
There's a
have
whole
joined
lot
the
of
fight
no's
for the
in
lead.
the,
Oh, contact there. And Mellow Yellow holds on once again.
in the poll already. Like to see that.
They got to try to keep this up as best they can. They've entered that orange funnel with just the Pinkies. And
That is sad. I'm gonna put the desktop audio up if I remember the hotkey to unmute it. There we go.
position. Meanwhile, it's a 3-marble battle. The Pinkies
Because
have joined
the
fight
Gliding Glaciers
for the
fans
lead.
are
Contact
just
there, and Mellow Yellow
chanting
holds on
as they
once
take
again.
dead last in this event.
They got to try to keep this up as best they can. They've entered that orange funnel with just the Pinkies, and now they can dictate their own pathway. We've got a finisher.
Pain.
It's Alpine, the captain of the Gliding Glaciers. 1.261.
That really was just pain.
That's not great. Meanwhile, Mellow Yellow, look at this
and then
crisscross
just-
that they have going on here. Masterful job with
And then
minimal
just a
contact.
chocolate
But is it going to keep them in the lead?
chant.
The Pinkies are trying to say otherwise.
I
They're
like
trying
how
to
the
move them
fans
toward that event horizon,
are
and they
chanting
do.
the loudest
Pinkies have
while they're
taken the
about to
lead.
fail.
Oh, but then shot right on through. They lost their focus, and Mellow Yellow goes right back to provisional P1, if you will.
So I'm saying
But
my
now they're in a
audio's
dangerous
doubled.
spot.
Is that the case? I've been trying to fix that up.
Oh, but then shot right on through. They lost their focus and melt right back to provisional P1.
Okay, it sounds all right on my end. But I have been trying to fix up some of the audio issues that I've been having. So right off the bat, right with this bottom 4, right? Top 4 doesn't mean anything in this order. All it means is you're moving on to the final. You just have to be somewhere in the top 4. So All these marbles are sitting pretty. Savage Speeders did not move on. O-Rangers did. So the O-Rangers did do better than the Savage Speeders, which I call a win. That is an outright automatic dub. And then Gliding Glaciers, say what you want about them. I did take into account Chocolatiers and Balls of Chaos. I knew they weren't going to be good. And the Savage Speeders, I'm glad they failed, although this does not bode well for my fantasy. We'll tally up those. I did crunch the numbers yesterday after this event because that was no bueno for any team not named the O-Rangers, truly.
Their pathway is inside that of the Pinkies. We're getting down to the final few
And
positions.
yeah, I've been saying this time and time again.
Yeller goes on
Who
through.
gave the Pinkies the right to be this good?
Go on to the final round. They do finish top 4 here.
Pinkies might be a fluke,
says
the Wolfpack.
I know Mellow Yellow
I
are not gonna be
could
happy
agree,
with 4
although
points
there are more
considering the lead they
accusations
had
in
from
the
most
chat
another
of the
exciting
Pinkies
round.
cheating.
The top
No,
4
I don't
advancing
think that's the
from each.
case.
They've done enough.
Uh,
And perhaps that is the
and
antithesis
then
to what we saw for the Raspberry
Sterling,
Racers going so long when they
I
didn't
did
need
not
to.
see
Yes,
the
it was bragging
Shining
rights to
Swarm
win the
doing
heat.
well in this event
top
because
4
they
advancing.
haven't been doing well at any
Not have to
event
do all that
this
much.
year. Pinky's
Well, the top 4
2017
advancing, that means
repeat
that the bottom
probably.
4 will not go
Weren't
on.
they
So
bad
we see
that year
9th
too?
through 16th, the Gliding Glaciers. Oh,
You can go back and watch
did
my
not have
video
a great
after
result
this
at
one.
all. Bumblebees down there as well.
Because
Bumblebees
this
kind of middle,
It's
upper
not
part
that
of the pack.
fast
They're
of an
running
event.
fourth
It's just
in the overall
2
standings with the
heats,
Crazy Cat's
and
Eyes
then
in
we're done,
second there
and then
in
a
the Marble
final,
League.
and then
They
we're
finished
done.
13th in
Just
this one.
marbles go
The doors
spinny
open.
roundy.
There's several marbles from the
Although I
leaders who
definitely, when does Greg Wood say penultimate in this video? Is that during the final heat or the final run?
could score some good points here, and several from farther back that may have an opportunity to make up some ground. Yes, that includes the captain of the Green Ducks, who sit in ninth right now in
I
the
know
overall
how
standings.
this
If I
event
look at the
turns
draw,
out,
they
but
were
I'm still
initially
wishing that the
last
O-Rangers would
into
do
that
well.
orange funnel. But that means very little in
Pinkies
this
did
event.
great
The
in
organizers have set things
2017.
up very well, and
Finishes
perhaps
it-
that is the
Oh,
point of
he
those
just
orange
said it. Okay.
to upper part of the pack. They're running in fourth in the overall standing. Look at
First-
Crazy Cat's Eye.
First heat. Okay, we're gonna go. Okay, let's actually stack these yaks. I'm gonna finish
In
it.
second there
Go back
in
to the
Marble
first
League.
heat,
They finished
and
13th
then
in this one.
find
Doors open. An
penultimate.
opportunity to make up some ground. Yes, that includes the
Uh,
captain of the Green Ducks.
But yeah, I really
ninth
wish
right now
the
in the
O-Rangers
overall
came out
standings.
with the
And by looking at
medal
the draw, they
on
were
this one,
initially the
obviously,
last
because I am
into
a
that orange funnel.
filthy O-Rangers fan.
But that means very little in this event. The organizers have set
but
things up very well.
looking
and
at
perhaps
how
that is the
they
point of
were in
those orange
this.
entry catch
Oh
funnels,
yes,
is to
yes,
even
thank
things
you.
out after
The
start.
best camera angle. You want to see marbles go round and round? Too bad.
Engage.
We're gonna film this from below where
steepness
you
of this
see
course.
nothing. If they were in this funnel, that's fine. But they're not. So we can't see anything.
They drop through little by little, but when they do,
This is
straight down,
like
a quick turn.
ixnay on that camera
See up
angle
top who
when
is
there's
in the
an
lead
active race going.
in this final.
But yes, at this moment, I was feeling great about
There we go.
the
Hey,
O-Rangers,
briefly, I believe it
and I
the
was feeling
O-Rangers.
ire
Although
for
they
the
and
Minty Maniacs
Maniacs were on a
being
good
that
wide
well.
line, but only the
Doing that
O-Rangers have
well.
been able to hold that so
Being
far.
that
And now there's
proficient,
contact.
Minty
This is
Maniacs
messing them
really
up, and the
should not
O-Rangers
be
lose
in
the
this
lead.
tournament.
You
I
have
do
to be
like
watching
how
at all times.
the
You cannot break
Pinkies
focus
were
for a
failing at
second.
this one.
And it is the Green
And you
Ducks,
see the
Mallard,
issues
who leads, and
with,
a roar erupts from the pond.
The Raspberry
It is
Racers,
not to
although
be, though,
they
for
have
much
been
longer,
doing
as
enough
Mallard now loses that
bumper
top spot.
cars to
Mellow Yellow
really
Back on top where they were before this
Stick it
contact
out against
now.
the pack.
Oh, and I thought the Green Ducks were perhaps going to be a beneficiary of it, but they are
But
not. Mellow
those
Yellow
orange
holds the lead
funnels,
once more.
so those orange funnels did so much to mix up the pack. The lead changes were innumerous. But the main reason, as has been pointed out, the funnels look like a duck. I'm not sure if that's on purpose, but from this angle and this orientation, looks like a duck.
Raspberry Racers and the Green Ducks are also circling in that catch funnel. Green Ducks come through second. Raspberry Racers keeping that momentum around every last bit that they can do, hoping that the chaos below takes care of itself. No, now they're mired right up in the middle of it. Contact all around. Mellow Yellow falls through early. Team Galactic
and the Pinkies taking top 8.
Back. The Green Ducks are battling
that definitely helps everyone else's chances of
down below. 4 marbles are trying
beating
to
them,
avoid
I guess.
They want a medal. Oh, Yeller.
And at this point, I was just screaming. I really wanted the O-Rangers to get on that podium.
They want a medal. Oh, Yeller. 6.
And I'm just glad that the Minties went first, honestly.
It's not a terrible event, but here we go. Our final
Greg Woods
3.
approved.
Who's going to get it? Raspberry Racers fall on through. Green Ducks are trying to keep it up with the Shining Swarm. Mallard comes through. They will get a silver.
So much to talk about with
and the silver marble
podium.
Will get a...
Because you did have Rezi, who was showboating up and down creation in their heat. Couldn't stick it out in the finals, although they did go up against marbles. They didn't go up against in their first heat. And these were random groupings. There was no, you know, sometimes they take the top 8 in this seat, or they have the first, they just alternate sort of thing to choose groupings. This one was literally just a random names from a hat orientation. So there's, I guess, as little bias as you could have. Just because I would have the O-Rangers and Speeders in the same group if it were up to me. But there's just so much. So Pinkies and Team Galactic did not do the best, but they did take top half, which is better than, well, half the other teams. Definitely helped with their positioning. O-Rangers got 4th. Getting on that podium would have... They would have jumped the Pinkies with a medal. Raspberry Racers and Green Ducks come out with some hardware, because apparently it's 2019, but the Shining Swarm, a team that has been nowhere this year, coming out on top, which literally doubled their points total on the season. And this really bodes well for the bingo square of every team getting a medal. So what are these Green Ducks up to? Because it looks like it is the host curse in full effect, but all of a sudden, 2 silvers in the last 3 events. No. When did they get it? In the last 4. They've had 2 silver finishes, and then all their other finishes have been below 9th. So, what is going on with the Green Ducks? And I'll end the starting gate poll. And I'm going to open up another one. Are the Green Ducks suffering from the host curse? Because we saw last year they took 16th in the first event, took 16th in the first event this year. Maybe that's just them. Maybe it's just they're an inconsistent team. They didn't have the same success in 2019 or 2021 like they had in 2019. But does hosting this tournament maybe affect that? The Ducks are really just all over the place. More chaotic than the Balls of Chaos.
A gold. The shot.
Okay, so we gotta go to this first heat. Gotta find that penultimate.
Marble. Good momentum that is being kept up by the Raspberry Racers. That's a team that sits in 15th in the standings with just 24 points. Dead last is at 23. That's the Shining Swarm.
I like that. Dead last is a Shining Swarm. The foreshadowing. I can't see how loud I am. Okay, there. The foreshadowing. The foreshadowing. It's like he knew.
Oh, nearly a whole funnel lead. It is for the Raspberry Racers. Down below, who is struggling the most? That looks like, is that Crazy Cat's Eyes down there? I think it is. They might be the first to drop through. Oh my, that would not be a strong start for Yellow Eye.
For that penultimate.
But got a bump and headed out a little wider there. And it looks like Crazy Cat's Eyes will avoid dead last. That infamous spot goes to the Bumblebees. Mary comes through next. Raspberry Racers still taking that wide line in the lead up top. And looking down below,
I am so focused.
Looks to be circling the event horizon now. Down they go. We're now up above 2 minutes. And the Raspberry Racers just need to hold on. Every marble that clears out of that final funnel gives them a quicker spot toward advancement. A quick twofer there for the Green Ducks, Captain Mallard, and then the Minty Maniacs. The O-Rangers come on through with Canoan, and now it's just about showboating or perhaps trying to save some energy. No use just spinning around like crazy here. You might as well drop on through because you have claimed top spot, and most likely the top 4 are going to be moving on. So now we wait. To mild annoyance.
I'm looking for this penultimate.
And the Minty Maniacs fans, but this is a masterclass for how to
Does anyone have a timestamp?
With second place.
Isn't it amazing how Greg Woods has gone 5 whole events without saying the word penultimate? Because that has really become his word. Earlier.
In the standings with just 24 points. Dead last is at 23. That's the Shining Swarm, although they wouldn't like me to say that.
210. Thank you, Momo.
It's Mary for Team Primary that has just fallen through into the penultimate orange.
Penultimate orange funnel. There he goes. We did it. It only took 6 events. Penultimate. Here we are. Pen tool. We up. Need that airbrush. Setting it. Size to 1,000,000. We up. It feels like Christmas. Christmas has come early. All right, so what do we need? What do we need? Host curse in full effect. That might be tough with the second Green Duck Silver of the season. Can't really call that a host curse. There is still time. 10 events, not the most time. As we approach the end of the first half of the season. But 10 events is still enough time to take 10 16th place finishes. Hazer's podium and block pushing, we'll have to wait for that. I think that's going to happen in the second half of the showdown. Because usually now that it's split into two halves, they'll have the first half events be events from the first half of the Marble League, and the second half of events be from the second half. Track defect causing a restart. That's going to be a very interesting one to see. And then coach getting fired mid-season or mid-event. There's still time for that. Maybe in the showdown something will happen. Maybe Oceanics. Maybe Turtle Sliders finally. And this is unfortunate. Although this is still in the running. Every single team podiuming. Podiuming, is that a word? Getting the podium? Yes, Stars relegated. It could happen. Although this is probably an impossible bingo card. I'm lucky to get 2. And one of them was practically a shoo-in. Although it did take 6 events for Greg Woods to finally say penultimate. Alright.
They will get a silver.
Let's have the Shining Swarm have their victory lap. They don't get enough victories to have them have a victory lap. And believe me, I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
We're dead last coming into this event.
It is very insane. It is very insane that the Shining Swarm almost won last year. It's also insane that they doubled their score with this finish. They had 23 points coming in to funnels, and a gold medal gives you 25 points. So this one was definitely a shakeup, and there are definitely going to be some more shakeups, especially with the end of this week. All right, there we are. So, Marble Base, Discord running the Marble League Fantasy. I have Razzies ×3, O-Rangers ×2, and then Balls of Chaos, Midnight Wisps, and Savage Speeders all ×1. Razzies ×3 carried me. That's 45 points right there. O-Rangers really would have loved it if they had that podium finish. Can't always get what we want. That also carried. So that's 25 points from... 24 points from the O-Rangers. 45 points from the Raspberry Racers. But Balls of Chaos, Midnight Wisps, and Savage Speeders just account for 17 points total. Those 3 teams. That is not a good showing. It is also not great that The Bumblebees, who were in contention, they were literally just all they had to do was be better than the O'Rangers, and they would have taken a spot on the podium in the top 3 after this event. They came in tied at 60.
Sixth. Yes, that was Yeller's first event in this Marble League. Top 10 finish, pretty good. Just shy of the top 5.
Yeah, a lot of the leaders did not get a lot, so the board's getting tight again, which I love.
Happier, although I tested out
especially when you saw the first 2 events, you saw 45 points between Team Galactic and the Raspberry Racers.
Out of that handsome duck.
Oh yes, there he goes. He says. He says the duck's
and that giant duck down there behind the trophy is looking a tad bit happier, although I tested out some duck jokes on it earlier and did not
duck
get any
jokes
whatsoever. Well, I think this silver may get a slight turn out of that handsome duck.
Handsome duck, he says. Handsome duck.
Wear those medals proud, my friends.
A lot of people.
Funnel endurance.
A lot of people saying no, but only 59, 60 now percent of respondents have been saying no host curse. So that will be very interesting to see as the year goes along. Pinky's really slipping. Amazed that they have a lead still because they finished poorly. O'Rangers finished well. If the O'Rangers finished with a bronze, that would be a 1-point difference, which is insane. So just 4 points separating the first 2 spots. You got 10 separating the top 3, and you have 15 separating the top 6. So that will be very, very interesting to see. Galactic and Crazy Cat's Eyes are tied at 66, but Galactic still rolling with the 2 golds from the first 2 events. So they are back in the top 3. Is Team Galactic back? All it took was a top 8 finish. Literally an 8th place finish for them to take the 3rd spot again to get back in the top 3. So are is Team Galactic back? Is Team Galactic gonna go on another run maybe? Yeah, Mellow Yellow not doing well. Ooh, this is an insane year. If you told me at the beginning of the year that after 6 events it's going to be Pinky's O'Rangers Team Galactic, you know what? I'd believe you. I think the Pinkies do deserve to have some Momo-esque success like last year. Momo was at the top of the standings through event 11 and then fell off, and now really fell off because they're not even in the tournament. I think the back half of the events will not treat the Pinkies kind. I think it'll treat the O'Rangers kind. And Shining Swarm jumping 7 spots. Isn't that the highest? Isn't that the highest jump in standings? I remember I asked this during a different stream, but I forget which team has the highest jump. I think the Hazers had 10 jumps, 10 places they jumped after an event. But Shining Storm was in the basement, and so literally any finish would get them out of the basement so long as it wasn't a basement finish. Gold medal. So now Balls of Chaos dropping a 13th. The lowest standing for a team with a medal. Midnight Wisps, Mellow Yellow, and Chocolatiers still medalists. There is still time. 10 events. Lot of events. Let's see what this chat is saying. Pinkies will win this Marble League and you will do an apology video for them? No. Pinkies for the win, Pinky Speeders for the loss. I don't see these Savage Speeders coming in dead last this year. I honestly think there's a better chance for the Pinkies to win this year than the Speeders to lose this year. Yes, rafting is Wednesday. That's one of my favorite events. That is going to be really fun to watch. It's just an amazing event. There really is nothing like it. And I've been saying that is when everything is going to get shook up. That a lot of these standings will not be the case. So I mentioned that there is only 42 points separating first and 16th. That is not a lot. This is not the runaway for Team Galactic that we all thought at the beginning of this year. Standings overall have been very tight. It has been closing very quickly, especially with how mid Galactic and the Pinkies have been, because let's be real, the Pinkies and Team Galactic are rather mid. And just all these teams still in the mix. So 25 points. 51. So the top 7. No, top 8. Yeah. So Gliding Glaciers could get a lot would have to happen for that. Not to say it's out of the question that the Glaciers could, but you could see the Glaciers winning gold in rafting. All these other top teams taking horrible placements, with the Pinkies taking last. And then all of a sudden you have the Glaciers in the lead after event 7. So anything can happen at this point. Not a whole lot of Marble League left, but there is still some time for these teams to get their acts together. I think the Balls of Chaos will keep dropping. I think Team Primary will keep dropping. But rafting is going to be one of those events. You will see this whole standings graphic just get shook up, flipped on its head. I don't see a lot of these teams in contention being in contention after rafting. I think a lot of these teams could and would drop. The Green Ducks will be a team to look for because they did get gold, I do believe, with a whole new record and everything in 2019. But they are hosting. Maybe the host curse will come back. Maybe the Green Ducks will kick butt again at rafting wherever marbles have butts. I try not to think about that too much. Bumblebees are dropping in the standings. I think that will happen more. And then Midnight Wisps, Mellow Yellow, Chocolatiers. Mellow Yellow is just having one of those years that we know would happen. They have the best of years, they have the worst of years. I think they will still get a medal somehow, some way. But it's not, they're not repeating. I don't think they're even cracking the top 8. If they wanted to crack the top 8, they would have started doing well last week. And then Chocolatiers, GG. Oh man, this is going to be insane. I will be doing so much yelling Wednesday. I know not for what reason, but there will definitely be a mix of emotions after rafting. Let me check my minutes. Got penultimate. Got Shining Swarm. Got Mary being bad to no one's shock. Got Greg Woods mentioning the duck. I really want to know the jokes that Greg told the duck. Maybe they were just bad jokes. I'm thinking that was what the case was. Alright, so let's see if they updated this. They did not. So, this is how it looked like after relay. So, had funnels. We have Rafting Wednesday. We have the 5-meter sprint on Friday. And then we have block pushing Wednesday. It does not give us any details on Sunday the 20th. So is that going to be the showdown? It would make sense. That is a halfway break. Do we get the All-Star break? Because I want that team. I really want that to happen. Me, Minos, Greg, and Tim. All on a team for the All-Star break. We can go head-to-head with the Savage Speeders at climbing or something. Relay. We could do relay. 5-meter relay. Me, Tim, Minos, Greg. Our team name can be the Goats. Because I think we are the greatest of all time. It took me this whole stream, but I found Raldo. Where is he? Every time that hunt is on for Raldo, I just feel like Batman. Also, what was... Raldo is hidden somewhere along the track. Imagine you're an athlete and you'll see him. How does he get these tickets? Like, the security knows he's there. Is he just there for the lulz? Or maybe so this channel can get a bunch of click-through rates. Trying to find Raldo. Timestamp. If the Savage Speeders win this year, I cry. Fun is canceled. I delete my channel. Savage Speeders win. Humanity weeps. All the marble teams weep. You just want to go back to bed, wake up, just start the day over again. Wisps, please get into the mid-pack. I mean, for the Wisps being the Wisps, you're lucky that they're in the main show. Do you think last year was a fluke for the Midnight Wisps, or was 2018 the fluke? Because as it's standing right now, I think 2018 was the fluke. There was one time I was editing the video about the qualifiers, and I saw Raldo in, and I was like, hey, there he is. But it was like watching it through a couple times, and I was like, oh, dang, I did not even realize he was in this shot. Imagine I'm an athlete. So I'm imagining he's on the structure somewhere, because that's where the athletes are. Maybe for the bottom, maybe for the finals. Oh man, what do you think the best seat is in the stadium? Because this is a magnificent stadium. The architecture year after year has just gotten insane. This is a huge stadium. 920 under the middle green funnel. I actually don't even know how to play the game. Do you tweet out the timestamp, or do you post it below? Oh, too far. 920, the chat says. Is that him? Is that right? Is that Raldo? Behind the funnel? 11:34. Okay, so that was in the after the final. Oh, dang. Dang. Hold on. Hiding in plain sight. Because we see that's what it's so weird. It's so weird, and now I won't be able to unsee it. We went past this part in the video before because I talked about the different points. We saw that graphic pull up, and I was staring right at these funnels. That is Rald. So the 920 timestamp was of a security guard. Okay, I could see that. Oh yeah, yeah. No, that's security. Yeah. Okay. The uh angles, the perspective looked weird. This looks like it's a part of the structure. That does not look like it's on the ground. That is a security marble. Um, doing a good job making sure no Oceanics fans storm the field again. Uh, so 11, 24, 34. 11:34 right there. Has anyone else seen posted them? Should I? That kind of feels like cheating. Okay, and then okay, 920 top left. No, that's a security marble. Unless it's like, unless is that him? Because that's definitely the structure. Dang, what a sleuth though. Was he there the whole time? Yeah, next time in rafting, I wouldn't. I don't even know where to start. Where Raldo would be in rafting. He gets a little dingy. They put he's in a little vest and a bucket hat with a fishing pole, just off on the playing area. Wow. Okay. So we found Raldo. We did it. We did it, chat. I would never, not in a million years. Like the Turtle Sliders will win the Marble League before I actually find Raldo. Uh, so got through my minutes. We have the schedule. I do not know what's happening next Sunday. There's nothing on the schedule on the banner on the channel. So there's a 5-day break in Marble League action. Maybe that's gonna be the showdown? Question mark? Because I don't know. That is where I would put it, because that is the halfway point of the season. Although, if they wanted to save the showdown for the entire end of the season, then maybe put a race between me, Minos, Tim, and Greg for that Sunday. Maybe. Could happen. Like, I think I could, like, 5 meter hurdles. I think I could hold my own in that. All right. So that has been an hour. Uh, what a crazy event. And it is only going to get crazier for this week. Rafting and then 5-meter sprint. Holy cow. All right. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Take care. And see you after rafting, where I hope I won't have to talk about the Pinkies being in the #1 spot. All right. And always, Waluigi will lead us out.